that's all you really want to achieve throughout the day. You don't go throughout the day thinking like revolving your day around your prayers and you say, okay, today I'm gonna do this for Allah or do this for my Creator. You don't think like this. You're just the whole game. How am I gonna get money? What am I gonna do today? Who can I meet? How can I? This is all you think about. This is the misguided soul. And I think Allah is the best at describing it. He says in Surah Al-Imran, ayat number 14, fairer in the eyes of men is the love of things they covet, women and sons, heated up hoards of gold and silver, horse brand. Right? For the love of it, for blood and excellence, and the wealth of cattle in the well-tilled land. Such are the possessions of this world's life. But in nearness to Allah is the best of homes to return to. And Allah, He describes it perfectly. I mean, everything in which we strive for in life will eventually have an end, because this is an attribute, a characteristic. This is an attribute, a characteristic of all that which is in this world. Nothing in this world will last. Nothing. Everything is of impermanence. And this is what you seek in the worldly life without guidance. You don't think about death. Death is not something you think about. You don't ponder on death and think, I might die today. What if I were to die today? What would happen? You don't think like that. You just see before you, and that's as far as your perception goes. You don't try to see around it. You don't put it this way, like when an average human being who has no, say a bus. An average human being doesn't have knowledge of a bus. When he looks at a bus, what does he see? He sees wheels turning, and he just sees the body of it. But the person who really knows the bus will know that bus consists of mechanical parts which work coherently, perfectly, to make that bus work. And if one part of that bus is not working, then the whole machine will begin to break down. And the person who knows the bus, he will not just look at that bus and see the outer layer. He knows what's inside of it. And this is the perception of the person without guidance. He just sees everything, and that's his only perception. He doesn't try to look past that. He doesn't try to ponder on life and ponder on that which he's been put on earth for. He doesn't think about his purpose in life. I remember when I was in high school, I asked my religion teacher, Miss, what's the purpose in life? She couldn't answer. Of course not, because they don't think about this kind of stuff. Because they're all about the worldly gain, getting their paycheck, going home to their family, and doing this and doing that, having a good time. No time for the Lord. In misguidance, you don't think about your blessings which have been bestowed upon you. Such as like the creation of the heavens and the earth. Is it not magnificent? Is not the sunrise magnificent? And Allah says, a sign for them is the earth which is dead. Do we give it life and produce grain therefrom, of which do you eat? And we produce therein orchards of date palms and vines, and we cause springs to gush forth therein, that thou may enjoy the fruits of this artistry. It was not their hands which made this. Will not then they give thanks? I mean, when I read this ayah, this is from Surah Yasin. Yeah, this is from Surah Yasin, verses 33 to 34. When you look at a tree, is a tree not a sign of death? When it becomes cold in wintertime comes, what happens to the tree? It dies, it loses the breath, all the leaves fall off, and it's dead. There's no life to it, it looks dead. But what happens by Allah's mercy when it becomes warm again, and it rains, that tree begins to flourish again. So compare this to the soul, compare this to the human body. Allah says that on the day of judgment, He will resurrect you as if you had never left, you know? He will resurrect you back intact, the way you used to walk this dunya. So if Allah can make a tree come back to life, who does it say He can't make you come back to life? SubhanAllah. And this is one major thing which you don't ponder on. You don't think about how many things you should be giving thanks for. I mean, I just thought about this recently. Look at the tongue, the human tongue. We use it to talk and to pronounce different words, but think about the tongue itself. If I were to line up 100 different fruits, will not each fruit taste differently to you? Each fruit will taste differently. Is your tongue not a miracle? and your eyes, how they perceive color and texture and shape. This is amazing. We cannot thank Allah enough for this. But this is the soul without guidance. He doesn't ponder on this kind of things. He thinks about the worldly things, what he sees on TV, what he wants to get out of this life, what he can make of himself. And I used to have dreams of being a movie star. I mean, I joined Canada's most largest actors union. Began to do extra work, and I got hooked up with casting agents and so forth. And at the same time, I was trying to be a rapper. I used to go to my friend's house and freestyle, and you know, and when I think about it, and I used to analyze the people around me who were into this, and really and truly, you cannot be yourself and succeed in these fields because it's basically it's a consumer world out there, and you're a product, and they want to sell you. So if you want to sell, you have to do what they say. You can't go out there with your own mind because they know what people want: sex, drugs, gang activity, violence, and this is what sells. This is what's going on in the rap industry, and this is what's glorified. And it just when I wanted to talk in this speech, what I was really trying to do is reminisce on old feelings and reminisce how I used to be back then. What was my mentality? Actually, I went downtown 2 days ago, and I basically wandered around the whole day. Why I did that is because downtown, I feel downtown is the root of all that which is in this society. This is the most busiest. This is where all the people go, and I really wanted to reminisce on old feelings and remember, regenerate those feelings which I used to have. How did I used to feel? What were my dreams and hopes and what was I hoping for in this world? And actually, I came back with a sickness, so I guess that shows me something. Yeah, I mean, it's something. So really and truly, me coming to Islam, it was number one. It was of course God is my creator, but it was logic, and it was me exploring myself. What did I desire in this life? And that which I desire, every time I get it, did it give me contentment? Did it keep me going? Did it make me feel happy that I got it? And it didn't, because everything I got was impermanent, and it didn't last, and I had to keep chasing it. And what happens is you find yourself chasing these material things to an extent where you're running after them. You're running, and it doesn't last. And then when I tried to turn to my Creator, I didn't understand my Creator. I couldn't comprehend the Holy Trinity, like God the Father and Son are one. Actually, no, but in Catholicism they say Jesus is God. So what I ask myself is, God is eternal. God has no beginning, no end. Allah says, there's nothing like unto Him. Well, yeah, that makes sense. There's nothing like unto Him. Everything is created. Our understanding is only of this world. If you look at the size of the sun compared to the size of the earth, for me right now to walk around the earth is such an extended period of time. I can't it's very, very vast. So when you compare the size of the sun to the size of the earth, you can't comprehend that the size. It's not our understanding is only of this world. And then there are stars called supernovas and other galaxies which are over 100,000 times bigger than the sun. So your mind, small as it be, can't even comprehend these created things. How are you going to understand the creator of that? How can you confine him to have human characteristics, to use the washroom, to bleed, to be in need of food, to need of clothing? These are not attributes which God should have. This didn't make sense to me. In the beginning of everything, when nothing existed and there was only the Creator, what would He be like? And the Muslim belief is that you can't comprehend it. There's no answer to that question. You can't understand your Creator. And when I heard that, this is a big thing which hit me. When I heard this, I said, Islam, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I used to wear a cross around my neck and the rosary, and I used to think like this made me a better person. But meanwhile, I'd be wearing a cross and I'd be doing the same old stuff. And this is a created thing, and how can a created thing be represented by the Creator? Which is not of this world, which is not of our comprehension. alhamdulillah, we're here today. And I hope, inshallah, that maybe one person at least will be inspired again. Like last time, alhamdulillah, run through Shahada. He felt it. He felt we're up here. And he knows, because everything we talk about, they can relate to, because they were on the other side too. So, I just, Islam to me has really brought me contentment and it has changed my life. And those around me who knew me from a long time, that is very evident to them. And there's no words to describe which what Allah has bestowed upon me, my family, and everything is just come into place since I became Muslim. And I feel that this is the absolute truth. And I declare that there's only one God worthy of worship, and Muhammad is his messenger. So, I hope that today, inshallah, there's my little son. I hope today that inshallah, people can feel what we felt before. You can get just a taste of that. A taste of that feeling. And it's a very sour, very bad feeling to have that. Brothers and sisters, you have been in Islam your whole life. Do you really know what you have? Do you really know to what extent? Do you really know to what extent? I mean, look at this baby. This baby is on the fitrah. He's on the natural state. He's not made sin. He does not know what it is to do wrong. And he is actually very fortunate compared to me. He is being born a Muslim. So, inshallah, he will be better than me. You know what I mean? Look at the baby. Is he not natural? Is he not sinless? So look at us. Look at what Allah has given to us. We were once like this. Allah brought us in this world helpless. But He still, by His mercy, guided us along. He made you Muslim. You were born, you were Muslim. You had the truth. Me, when I wanted to call upon my Creator, I was making shirk. I used to call upon other than my Creator. I didn't know where to go. I was walking left, walking right. Lost. Absolutely lost. So you must ask yourself and go home tonight before you sleep and ask yourself, what does it mean to be a Muslim? Am I really appreciative for what I have? Do I really understand this deen? Maybe that brother can explain to me what it's like not to be like that. And I do like people coming up to me and asking me, what is it like not to be a Muslim? Because you need to know that. And that's a big thing. It's a big thing. No matter what state you people can get in, you can always turn to Allah. No matter you can get, your sins can reach the sky. And you can turn around and say, Astaghfirullah, Allah forgive me, and please help me back to the right path. And Allah can help you. But the person who doesn't even know Allah, doesn't even know His Creator, he just increases. The soul gets dry, more dry, dead, to the point of extinction. And I meet people all the time, every day, and it's as if they have there's nothing there. SubhanAllah. So inshallah, I hope you people enjoy the program tonight. And I hope that you benefit from it, inshallah. رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي وَأَتُوبَ عَلَيَّ إِنَّكَ أنت التواب الغفور سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك السلام عليكم